I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Dumelambo Maseve, this week we are in the new and updated Volkswagen T-Cross and we're gonna have a conversation. So if you are new here, welcome. I hope you stay. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you're an upstanding member of the Maseve Society, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to watch those ads because Kulavaka Gucci and all that jazz. So let's get right into the Volkswagen T-Cross. So on the exterior of the T-Cross, the car has been very much redone. You have now a standard option of IQ lights on this vehicle, and I think that's one of the most prominent things that you noticed the first time the car approaches you. I really think it's a pretty looking car. I'm a bit sad that my test unit is white because you guys know me and white cars. I feel like they are Ava specs and rentals. However, it kind of works with the R-Line. So I think white works on certain cars, So I can forgive it on this model, Like I said earlier, up front you have your IQ LED lights. You also have them in the rear with the solid light bar. And you have this bit of like a triangular nyana vibe going on in the rear, inside the rear lights, which looks really cool. So it's retained its boxy shape, but I think it's become a bit more rigid and has a bit more structure than the previous model. And I think it's pretty. They've now also put R decals on each side of the vehicle. I'm not too sure about it yet, but it does give it a bit of a distinct look and gives it a bit of a premium look. So on the exterior, I really think it's a pretty car. My unit is not fitted with a sunroof, which is a little bit disappointing. However, I think outside it's beautiful. You do have the option of keyless entry and folding side mirrors, which is really, really nice. So, man, T-Cross, guys. VW. I think it's a very pretty car. And I've always liked the T-Cross. So on the exterior, for me, I think it's an absolute winner and it's been improved very beautifully. Now we move on to the interior. As you guys can see, I'm sitting in the interior. Right, on the inside, I think it's very pretty and very well laid out. They've done a lot to improve this vehicle on the inside. And the first thing that I picked up is that there is a little bit of better quality materials used in this car. I've always had some sort of disappointment towards VW when it comes to their plastics. The quality has always been a bit and scratchy. It's only on the door panels that I'm not happy. Still a bit wonky on the door panels. However, they have improved it quite well. You have a nice use of a bit of a leather stitching going on the dashboard. You have a leather wrap steering wheel, a multifunction steering wheel. You have a digital cockpit in front of you, a digital cluster. And you also have this infotainment system screen that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There is the option of wireless CarPlay as well. I love the fact that they've put R seats on the vehicle on the inside. They didn't overdo it in terms of putting like a whole plethora of stuff. The car is still cloth seats. So I don't know if you guys are still like, we'll get into the price, but I don't know how you guys feel about this car having cloth seats with it being the R-Line spec. I'm quite indifferent about it. I love the fact that they put the R badging up front, gives it a bit of a more sportier look. You have the Beats audio sound system in this vehicle. Your climate control menu is fully touchscreen. You have two USB ports up front, a wireless charging bay, and you have two USB ports also in the rear. So very well equipped. Not much has been done in terms of like changing it heavily. I mean, this steering wheel you guys find the steering wheel in the normal Polo. However, the interior is quite nice. There unfortunately is no option of electrically adjustable seats, so the seats are manual. I don't know if you can tick those kind of things, but they're not available in the unit that I have with me now. But on the interior, look, it's a nice place to be in. You have a black roof lining as well, so I really think that it's a well laid out and a very simple interior. So I'm not really too upset at anything pertaining this interior. Now it's time for us to get driving. I didn't show you guys the key. Here's the key of the vehicle. Although it has keyless entry, this is your more generic Polo key, right? But you do have push to start in this vehicle. So away, I found rats. Let's get going. So now let's get into the drive. What is powering the Volkswagen T-Cross? So this vehicle is powered by a 1-liter TSI engine that produces 85 kilowatts and 200 Newton meters of torque, mated to a 7-speed DSG. So it's a tried and tested plant, power plant. It's a car that I've driven before, and it's an engine that I'm very, very much familiar with. Due to the fact that this car has been updated on the exterior, and obviously they've given people more value for money in that kind of aspect with the IQ lights and whatever, I thought they would tweak the engine as well. However, I'm still experiencing what I experienced in the T-Cross that I drove earlier this year, right? Quite a lot of turbo lag. When you put your foot down, doesn't really respond as well, and sometimes it rolls back. So that's a bit freaky for me, especially in an automatic, having a car that rolls back. I experienced it one or two times. Also, when you put it in reverse and you really have to put your foot on the accelerator, so that you give it power for it to go back. So I don't know if underpowered is the right word to use for this car, because 85 kilowatts is quite good. Like, it's a very, very healthy output, but it doesn't respond as well. When you're at the robots, or you've stopped and you have to take off, oh, the turbo lag is insane. Like, it just limps a bit, like, then it goes. So I would have loved for them to just tweak this power plant. I know the T-Cross used to have a 1.5 liter engine. I don't know why they didn't retain it here or bring in the option of the 1.4 that we find in the T-Rocks and stuff, but I think maybe that would cannibalize sales of the T-Rock if you find a bigger displacement in the T-Cross. However, driving wise, once it's in motion, very nice to drive, very pleasurable to drive, very quiet, noise insulation levels are quite good. When you put your foot down and once it's in motion and knows what it's awake and needs to drive, shame, it's a pleasant drive, man. I could do long distance in this car easily, and I think it's one of the most perfect daily cars you can find on the market right now. And driving wise, I have no complaints at all. I've been averaging about 7.5 liters. When it comes to petrol vehicles, I don't expect anything less than 7, especially with the way I drive. So yeah, I mean, that's about it when it comes to the drive. So I'm not disappointed by the drive, but considering that they did work on this car, I think the engine could have also been done a little bit, because we say the same thing about, a lot of people say the same thing about this 1 liter. It's not make sure sometimes. However, once you're in motion, city driving and highway driving, it tackles it quite easily. So let's get into the verdict. What does Maseve think of the Volkswagen T-Cross? I think this car is stunning. Probably one of the best cars in its segment. So when it comes to rivals, you're looking at vehicles such as the Kia Sonet, the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro, you're looking at Hyundai Venue, you know. I wouldn't add the recently launched Mahindra XUV 3XO, because pricing wise, that's very much behind. So I'm trying to put it in a segment, but it's a similar segment. Cops. Oh my gosh, cops. But it's a similar segment, guys. That A, B SUV kind of segment. But when it comes to the T-Cross, the main rivals are your Kia Sonet, Chery Tiggo 4 Pro, Hyundai Venue, right? Those are the cars that I think are the best of rivals. If there's ones that I've missed, please do let me know. I think you can add cars like the Mazda CX-3 as well. I see a CX-3 over there. That's why I thought of it. So those kind of cars are playing in the segment, yeah, the T-Cross. And I think the T-Cross in that segment, in those cars I've mentioned, is very, very good and very well equipped, and probably has the most acceptable drive. The Tiggo 4 might have a TCT, but for me it was a very wonky displacement, and that pairing for me was just, guys, I wasn't too happy with that. However, the Tiggo 4, like, you can live with it. It's just that, whoa, it was just something else. I'm yet to drive the new Sonnet, so I'll talk about it once I get my hands on it. But I think the T-Cross is a very, very good car. So pricing for this vehicle starts at around 460,000 Rand, right? I'll put everything on the screen. Now, they've omitted all the manual transmission. You can only get this car in a DSG. So you get 3 variants. You get your Life, the entry-level Life, you get the Style. The Style is where the IQ lights come standard, and you also get the R-Line that we are in now. And for the R-Line, you're looking at paying 533,100 Rand. Very not confusing pricing, but I'm very unsure of the price, right? The car's good. The T-Cross is good. The T-Cross is lovable. It's VW's best-selling import. You see 6 million of them on the road. It's a perfect daily. Boot space is quite decent. Very nice car. It's a very nice little thing. However, I don't know if 533,000 is the right pricing for this car. We can argue that it is quite steep. However, you are getting a lot for your money, especially with all the basics that they've added. I mean, you have the Beats audio sound system, which between you and I, you can do without. It's not really the nicest of aftermarket sound systems. But that's where also this car is a bit of a competitive edge over the Sonnet and the Venue. They don't offer things like aftermarket sound systems or something different. You also even have ambient lighting in this car. So, the small things kind of add up, and then it just gives it a bit of a competitive edge, right? So I'm in two minds about it. Personally, for me, I love the T-Cross. It's a car I would definitely buy. I would definitely purchase this vehicle, especially if I don't want something like like the normal Polo. This is definitely top of my list. However, I think most of you will already have a lot of aversion to the pricing, and which is totally understandable. But for me, I think the T-Cross is a really good product. It's a car that's tried and tested, and we really do enjoy it. If they can just work on this engine, I'm telling you, they've got $1 million product on their hands. And yeah, it's just probably the small things that I don't like. But for me, ultimately, I'm not disappointed in it. T-Cross is good, man. Like, very foolproof kind of car. Very bulletproof kind of car. I like it. So, my ultimate verdict on the T-Cross, I'll give it a good 7.5, 8 out of 10. I really like the styling. I like how easy it is to use, the fact that even on the steering wheel, they didn't put those touch haptics. I'm so happy. Although they're here by the climate control menu, at least there's just one part of the car, not the whole car is touchscreen, So there's a lot of ease of access with this car, which I like. So I'm not too mad at a lot of things. Yes, I've mentioned all the nitty-gritties that I don't like, but it's neither here nor there. So I think a 7.5 to 8 is a fair rating for me. I like the T-Cross. I would highly recommend it. But you guys can let me know in the comments what you guys think. Would you buy this, or is there anything else that sparks your interest? And actually, do let me know what you think overall about the T-Cross. I'm keen to hear your thoughts. But now for me, VW, like, sharp, And that is it from me, maseve. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you guys think about the VW T-Cross. Would you buy it? Would you not buy it? Or alternatively, what are you getting for 533,000 Rand? So yeah, let's have a conversation. Guys, when it rains, it pours. It's really pouring in my life. This morning, tipa ya robe heel, a knife broken half. Handle ya manki, robe heel. Handle ya manki. Manki oko regileng ka diketekete tsa diranta. Broken. Mr. Price home. Ne? When I catch you. It's fine. You know what? It is what it is. Like, it's such a stressful time for me. But however, I just wake up and I'm like, let me just go film my review. Let me tell you guys about the cars because you guys need to know this information. I'm here to help you guys. Even when things are falling apart in my life, I'm always here for you guys because I love you. Namiranza ngofu, ndiyanifuna, ek is baie lief vir julle en ek gaan enige ding doen vir julle om te seker te maak dat julle bly is, Just to make sure you guys are happy. I haven't spoken Afrikaans in so long, but anyway. Have I eaten? Yes, I had my yogurt. I've had my yogurt and my coffee, so I have a lot of errands to run. I'm going to do that. Then I am going to look for mohodu, guys. I'm joking. I'm going to look for pap. Alright, I'm talking too much again. Let me know in the comments what you think about the VW T-Cross. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget those ads. And yeah, thank you guys. Bye.